floor, and there's one at each corner.
Huh.
Now,
That's
for-
the original dance floor?
yes, for the
Okay.
very first time, the other gentleman had the answer, because it's a dance floor, and when you dance, you want to dance with the grain of the wood,
Right,
and that's
right.
where the wood changes direction, and
Yeah.
you dance in a counterclockwise direction. So this is the original floor. It's been sanded enough times that it'll have to be replaced probably the next time that they do it. So you can see right here would have been the first time they added on to the stage, right through here, and then the second time it went out from there. But we have bigger bands and bigger orchestras. We still have big band dances in the summertime. And then this curved line right here is where the
The front curved line
right, exactly. So none of this
would have been there.
none
Right.
of this would have been there, but they have this now.
So the dance floor would have been quite a bit bigger,
See,
right?
right here, it would have gone all the way back here.
Oh, why?
Yes, see, here's that diagonal line going all the way back. And then this furniture is original back to 1948 when we opened. We opened 75 years ago, last July 1st. And furniture like this,
And you are one of the owners.
I am not. I am
Oh.
a volunteer who
Okay,
grew up in the city
okay.
of Chicago.
Oh, nice.
But this furniture would have been on the mezzanine up there, probably at the entrance. And the ladies has a lounge area before the stalls, so there would have been furniture in there. This is all that's left, and she has put it over here so people can see it. When I first started volunteering, it was where that grand piano was at the front door. But people, I taught math, I didn't teach reading. So when people can't read, please do not sit on, I don't know. Well,
Yeah. No.
Right.
What's the significance of the grand piano? Was that something that was used?
We'll have to take a look at that when you have
Okay.
a minute.
Absolutely.
There's a little history there, because it doesn't look too good, does it?
Yeah. No, not at all.
Okay, so this is a bigger step up,
Yep.
and the floor is uneven. Here's your autograph room.
Mm-hmm.
So if you step and turn around, I'll point some things out to you. Here's Willie Nelson.
Hello, Willie.
Here's Merle
Haggard?
Yeah, Merle Haggard. The first time Don McLean was here, he wrote out the first verse of American Pie. He was the headliner, I think it was 2 years ago. It was supposed to be 3 years ago when the 50th anniversary of American Pie. But because of COVID, we didn't have it that year, so he came the next year at the end of the 50th anniversary. Here is Nikki Sullivan from the Crickets, and Buddy Holly left the Crickets in Texas and picked up Tommy Alsop,
Yep.
Carl Bunch, and Waylon Jennings.
The David Allen Coe band.
And Carl Bunch wasn't here because the bus broke down outside of Green Bay and he got frostbite, so he was put in the hospital. And the others to play the drums for the rest of the tour were going to be Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and Dion.
And the Belmonts.
Right. And so when we go out to look at the grand piano, then I'll tell you a story about that.
Okay.
And then, as you know, during the night, Big Bopper did not feel well.
Right.
So he asked Waylon Jennings to give up his seat, and Waylon says yes. And then Richie Valens asked Tommy also to give up his seat, and he said no. But after the show was over, he asked him one more time, will you give up your seat? And Tommy said, let's toss a coin.
That was the coin toss.
And so
And I heard that Dion, from the Dion and the Belmonts, he tried to say that it was him.
I know, right,
And-
when he tells the story, because he
Right.
was here, I don't know, 15 years ago, I don't know
Right.
how long.
And Tommy also said, yeah, you keep saying that and I'll clean your clock.
So, anyway, on the way out, Buddy Holly says to them, I hope your bus breaks down.
Yes, I hope your old bus freezes over. That's the part of the conversation that I walked in on.
Okay, and then Waylon says, I hope the plane crashes.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. Yeah, you hope your old bus freezes over. Well, I hope your old plane crashes. That's the part I heard.
For me, personally, here's your signature.
Yeah, I was looking forward.
To me, it took until 1996 before he would come back. Tommy
Yeah.
also came back every year for the Winter Dance Party. When it started, after 1979, he was back every year. In fact, I don't know if it was 4 or 5 years ago, he was supposed to come, and at the beginning of January, he passed away, and his son came in his place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, later in the month, and now his son has been here each year since.
Oh,
Yeah, Austin Alsop.
and Brian Wilson
Right.
and ZZ Top. of
And
course.
ZZ Top is coming, I think in April or May.
Oh, really?
Frankie Avalon.
Frankie Avalon.
And you know, unless you're standing next to someone,
Yeah.
you don't know where they sang.
Now, if I remember,
Kenny Chesney is down here. And you know, I haven't shut this door for a while, but, and the thing is, we're not in here to see what people are doing, but I'm not sure that other people haven't just signed the wall, which
Right.
we've asked them. There's a sign there asking them not to do it, but I don't
and
know. But that, you know.
I'm trying to remember, I had sang in here one time.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Where are you
And-
from? Oh, you told me up in
yeah.
Minnesota.
My country show was called Backwoods.
Okay.
And it seems it was an upper corner. And I see a lot of them have faded too.
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, and then the other thing I tell people, Buddy Holly, Richard Valens, and the Big Bopper signatures are not on the wall because their mothers taught them don't write on the wall.
right, that's vandalism.
Exactly, exactly. So when you are finished, I'll be sitting in the office and I will tell you about the piano
Thank you.
and something else.
Excellent.
Pictures.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Happy to do it.
Now, Jimmy Buffett signed somewhere in here too. Do you remember where he was?
I do not know where.
Because I see the Jimmy B over here, but I wasn't sure if that was his.
You know what? Like I said, it would really be hard to know.
Yeah. I would have thought that if he signed it, he would have signed his full name.
Right. Oh, I would think so.
Yeah, it's gonna kind of find a few of them that I recognize.
Right. So enjoy.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. And hopefully sometime you can check our website and come back for a concert.
Absolutely. That's on my bucket list.
Surfballroom.com.
Yes.
You can buy.
Kentucky Headhunters. I remember them. And Trick Pony.
And I'm reminding people now, either call us to get your tickets or make sure you're on the Surf website. To
Oh,
get your
sure.
tickets.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because other places are selling tickets.
Okay.
You know, other places are taking your money.
I want this place because
Right.
that supports your electric and everything else.
But the other place, you're just giving them your money and
That's
getting no
right.
tickets. We
Yeah.
have nothing when they call.
And we need to be able to preserve the history as
Right.
much as possible.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I can't remember where exactly they did sign. My goodness, they're everywhere. There's the Bellamy Brothers in that little blue piece of paper. Oh my goodness. This is the who's who of music. There's Confederate Railroad. I'm just gonna scroll down. You'll have to pause it if you want to see some of your favorite acts. You have to have sung here before you can sign the wall. There's just so much history here. And I gotta be brief because we only got just a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna go up on the stage where they would have performed. This is the actual spot of Waylon and Tommy Allsup would have been back here, and Buddy Holly right about here. This is the new dance floor here. You can see they got it set up for other bands. These are your original booths. See how it's curved at the edge. I'm on borrowed time, so I've got to be brief. Such an amazing area. This is the backstage. They would have probably gone out the back here. Some of the behind the scenes. This whole building has seen so much musical history. Again, there's a stage. We'll walk out in front. And I'll get you a video of the facade. Original spotlights. You can see how they would have been reserved. See, they got the tropical fish on the front. And if you were sitting in the booth, this is the view that you would have had, of course, with a little S stage. Known as the day the music died. So here's a drinking fountain that they would have used probably that night. And of course, here we go. Anybody that was anybody of music is on these walls. Signed guitar by B.B. King. Roy Orbison, Jerry Lee Lewis, Chuck Berry, Fats Domino, Smokey Robinson, Little Richard, signed by ZZ Top. Doobie Brothers, Michael McDonald, Buddy Knox, Kenny Loggins, Charlie Daniels, signed fiddle, Willie, and of course, most recently passed, Toby Keith, and Glenn Campbell. This is Merle Haggard, Dwight Yoakam, Blake Shelton, Brad Paisley, Montgomery Gentry, Faith Hill, Kenny Rogers, Ryan Seltzer's guitar, Air Supply, Peter Frampton signed guitar, Randy Travis signed guitar, Cheap Trick, anybody that was music, Buddy Guy, Martina McBride, Chris Christopherson, Merle Haggard, Kevin Costner, interesting that we got the Winter Dance Party 2013 and Gary Busey is on there. Buddy Holly and the Crickets. These are some of the pictures. The day the music died. This is from Don McLean, the golden record of An American Pie. And Bobby V, Tommy Allsup. The final performance on this one up here. Buddy Holly and the Crickets, Richie Valens' Big Bopper. It's a letter by Buddy Holly to his mom and dad. And of course, telegrams announcing that they had died. From Richie Valens writing there of La Mamba. Some cameras that they may have used. And of course the crash. And this gives a little account of the photographers who took the pictures. I'm doing this very expeditiously. One set up for the Big Bopper. Pictures of them that night on stage. And all of them together. And of Dion and the Belmonts. Hello, baby. And coming through, this is Buddy Holly's. Pictures of Buddy Holly from that night. The color. And of course, Richie Valens. And him from that night. He was only 17, I believe. And this is the part of the winter dance party right here to head up to Moorhead, Minnesota. Waylon Jennings. These are the headset that they found in the wreckage. Not sure who was wearing them. Condolences from Dion and the Belmonts. To Waylon Jennings, anyways. Here's a picture of the Big Bopper. And there's Waylon. And this is the original Mason City Globe Gazette, telling about the day the music died. And of course, the poster. This would have been the phone that they used. You can see Maria Helena Holly, who was Buddy Holly's wife, and of course Richie Valens would have called home that night. This would have been the phone they used.
Well, he was stranded here in a snowstorm.
Oh.
So that's what he did with some of his time. My question always is, had to be in the 40s or early 50s.
Yeah.
They didn't have Sharpies and magic markers.
Right.
So what did he do it with?
That wasn't just regular paint, was it?
Well, why would they have paint sitting around for him to do it? I think it's shoe polish.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Well, didn't they have to keep their shoes shined?
You're right. You're right, and
I
they
mean, my
would have.
husband tells me that when he was in the
That is
Navy.
the era that they would have had that. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
Even the guys that come here for big band music, their shoes are polished.
Right, right.
Yeah, so that's my guess. They probably all had shoe polish to keep their shoes shined.
No, this is actually their autographs. But
Don't ask me a question I can't that I can't say yes.
I'm
to.
just referring to my friends that have come out here and done
Okay.
videos on this.
Okay, that's so. Because I told you that Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper. No, Buddy Holly. Never mind. Richie Valens and Dion
Yeah.
were going to have to play the drums because Carol Bunch was
You
in the
got
house.
frostbite.
Right.
Yeah.
So here she's taking a picture of Dion and the Belmonts, and Buddy Holly's playing the drums.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And then in between acts, they would give record albums away. And one, in this picture here, they're giving a Frankie Avalon album away, and he's one of the ones that stepped in to help continue the tour.
Right. Right. Good picture of Waylon there, and Tommy.
You know, my very first time ever going out to the crash site just happened to have been February 3rd.
Oh,
And it was 2000, and it was in the evening.
oh wow.
And I'd been singing in Mason City. I do a full-time music ministry.
Okay.
And so, anyway, but I had stopped up there one time and went out there in the field, and it was snowy.
This year it was not.
And I was the only one out there.
Oh wow.
And suddenly I hear the drone of a plane. I got to tell you, that gives you
Oh,
goosebumps.
it would, yes, because the airport isn't far away. And then in 2009, we were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
Oh, wonderful.
which is one of maybe 10 or 12 places in the country.
And that would have been Richie. Only 17.
Yeah, I know, isn't that something?
Cut down. I appreciate your knowledge on all this.
Well, I've just picked it up from the years that I've been here.
And how long have you been here?
I think I started volunteering in 2008, so what, 15 years? I haven't always, the touring thing maybe is in the last 5 or 6 years. Just give highlights, and now take kind of more taking people around and pointing
Right.
things out. So, and these are pictures. Carl Fox is the one who built the original Surf across the street.
Okay.
And he and his family, and it's getting time to close.
Yeah.
He and his family lived there after the,
The
they
fire
lost their
they had,
place
yeah.
to live from the fire.
Yeah.
They lived in a little Quonset hut out the back door, while this house,
While that house was being built?
the brick house,
Oh my.
and they lived in that until it was bought by one of the sons that
my.
owns the Surf, and that's, the house is 1949 with everything still in it
Oh my.
from top to bottom. You need to pick up tickets.
Yes, I do.
Which concert?
Ray Wiley Hubbard.
Okay.
And the last name is
Original Surf Ballroom built in 1933. It did have a fire. So it was gutted and restored. You can see the original stage would have been on here. How it goes back a ways. This is the who's who. Tommy Dorsey, Jane Garber, Benny Goodman, Jules Herman, Xavier Cugat, Woody Herman. This is incredible. See, I got here late today, so there's Lawrence Welk, the Dorsey brothers, Count Basie, Cap Calloway, Henry James. Oh, this is music royalty of the who's who. It's just a remarkable as a Grand Ole Opry would be, as the old Mother Church. Oh my, this is incredible. This is incredible.
Yeah, it's a nice, fun place, isn't it?
Well, I haven't been here since like the early 90s. I sang here in early 2000s.
Oh,
And so
who'd you sing with?
it was a show called Backwoods.
Okay.
And it's signed somewhere in there, but I can't remember. I just remember it was upper left.
Upper left, okay.
Everywhere is an upper left now. You have a blessed day.
Thank you.
I'm going to get a real quick video of the coat room. And this is the original ticket booth that they would have come in at the Surf. And this is what they would have walked into. What a fascinating. Imagine paying for your tickets out here for that night. Oh, see, I turned it around on myself. I'm a horrible videographer. I've been filming myself for the last few minutes. Thank you.
I would do that too if I only had one of those cameras. That's great for me.
I'm no videographer.
Enjoy the rest of your birthday.
Thank you so much. You have a blessed day. Beautiful. I remember right, this is the one that was out in the crash site. They've now set it up as a courtyard here. The monument. They have a new one of the oversized Buddy Holly glasses. Look at how many people have flocked into this building over the years, according to their preference in music. So I hope you don't mind that I shared this with you. It's a little one of my visits along the way. Just feels like years ago that I was here. And it was so much of an adrenaline rush to even be able to sing here that I have very little memory of the night other than to say I was here. All right, everyone. Have a blessed day. God is good.